Number one.
Hasan is unbanned? No shot. No fucking shot. No fucking shot, that's true. Oh my god, that's incredible if that's... Oh, that's incredible. That's the fastest unban I've ever seen. Oh my god, we gotta have fun. Oh my god, we gotta... Holy shit. Hasan unbanned. Oh my god, that's amazing. I thought my unban was quick. Remember when I got banned for 2 days? He got a 1-day ban. Wait, it isn't even on streamer bans yet. Streamer bans hasn't even loaded yet. Oh my god, dude. Let's fucking go. Holy shit.
Oh my god, I will go. Go and see Hasanabi. Oh my god, I will go. Go and see Hasanabi. When people go on to Twitch, no fear no more. Go and see Hasanabi. If you wanna make America great, subscribe for free to Hasanabi. Here's the bride. Oh my god, I will go. Go and see Hasanabi. Oh my god, I will go. Go and see Hasanabi.
I'm dancing with the song.
I don't believe in fake views. All I need is the truth. Because I want to love our country. I want to love it just like you. Community. Hasan, make all life good. Hasan, because he loves our country.
Like you, stupid self.
He loves it just like you. Oh my god, I will go. Go and
This guy
see.
worked as a club promoter, by the way.
Hasanabi. Oh my god, I will go. Go and see Hasanabi.
Mike, you ain't moving much better.
Ay, ay, ay.
Holy shit. Holy shit. I love... Oh, God. This is gonna... Oh, my God. This is incredible. I love trolling, man. This is like... This is where you could just troll by being happy, and they're gonna be so mad. They're gonna be so fucking mad. They're gonna be so fucking mad. All you have to do is just be happy and laugh. And they're gonna be balding. Holy shit. I can't believe he got unbanned already. I didn't even watch his cancellation video. I didn't even get a chance to watch his cancellation video.
What's up, everyone? If you're seeing this, that means I've probably been banned.
But he got unbanned already. Oh my god, dude. The unban already. Bro. We didn't even get time to milk it. I didn't even get time to milk it. I only got 1 day to milk it. I only milked it for 1 day. That's so bullshit. I'm glad he's back. The thing about me is the reason why I succeed is because I have absolutely no jealousy or envy in my heart. It just doesn't exist. So when my friends do better, I'm just like, hell yeah, brother. You do even better. I love boosting people that I'm friends with. It's like my favorite thing when friends of mine succeed or people that I support succeed. And that's, if you are a person and somebody in your life is succeeding, you should be helping them and boosting them and providing and being there for them. That's the single best thing you can do for yourself. Why did Twitch ban him to begin with? I don't even know, honestly. Like, I think it was bullshit, to be honest. But at the same time, like, I think it's a good wake-up call for Hassan that he just... The reality is that Hassan and I have to act as politicians now. This is how cringe the world is. That I can't just be a streamer who says shit. I have to speak like a politician, and he has to speak like a politician. Now, I want to act as authentically as possible, but, you know, if I say something about violence or I say something about, you know, a joke or something that can be taken out of context, people are going to treat it as if it's me seriously saying it. So I have to speak like that. I have to be aware of that. It's very annoying. It's very stupid. Who gives a shit what I say? I haven't run for office in 11 years. Like, can we take a break? Mate, both of y'all should be politicians. Even for if I tried to run for office, people would be like, he hates America.
Wait for Hasanabi.
Terrorism, baby. Let's go. Terrorism. Charlie gets it. I have a question for you, buddy. What would you say is the country that's killed the most people in the last 50 years, would you say? What country has killed the most people in the last 50 years? Civilians. What do you think? It's the United States of America, man. We killed millions of Vietnamese people. We killed 4 million people in the war on terror, overwhelmingly civilians. We supported Israel's genocide in Gaza. We supported a genocide in Indonesia. Do you even know about that? Like, the United States of America supports more terrorist organizations, including Al-Qaeda. Well, we didn't support Al-Qaeda directly, but we did support the terrorist movement. Did you know that the Taliban's textbooks were written in the United States? Like, you think that, like, and you know that we're Saudi Arabia's biggest ally, which is the country that did 9/11. So who is the terrorist supporter, right? The guy who criticizes American foreign policy and wants it to obey international law, or somebody like you? Oh, I was making a joke. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, I just wanted to make a serious point. I was so, I was excited to make a point. We love to see it, folks. We absolutely love to see it. Holy shit. This is so great. Okay, can we watch the Hassan I got canceled video? Because it's like running out of relevance. Em Lavina, we got to watch this. I mean, the unban, the 1 day unban. The 1 day unban. Hassan is making people search Rick Scott. That's awesome, dude. That's so fucking cool.
That's right. Cancel culture has finally come for me. Oh my God, it's over. It's over. The free speech warriors, where are you now? They've taken me out, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. I'm done. A couple days ago, I had a conversation where I was responding to the Republican House of Representatives Speaker, and I said some things. Let's take a look at what I said. Libs of TikTok, of course, posted about it. Here's what Libs of TikTok claimed I was saying. Hassan Parker just called for violence against a sitting U.S. senator. If you cared about Medicaid fraud, you would kill.
Asmund, Destiny, and Ethan fell to their knees? Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. They're going to be mauling. They're going to be mauling. They're going to be mauling their asses off, especially Asmongold. Especially Asmongold. And Ethan, of course. But Ethan is like... Asmongold has a career. I may not like what he's doing, but he has a career, and it's not going anywhere, right? There's a lot of conservative losers on the internet who vibe with Asmongold. I may not like Asmongold, but it is what it is, right? But Ethan Klein, like, is not... He's trying to do this thing where he's like, oh, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I hate Hassan, and I'm going to cough up a lung, and I'm too stupid to actually understand American politics or foreign policy. And I'm not a Zionist, but I'm a Zionist. Like, Ethan Klein is in no man's land. The unfunny comedian who wants to tell you how much of a liberal he is. I can't imagine a less popular fucking stream than that. Unfunny failed comedian.
Rick Scott at FBI. This got 17,000 likes. This was on February 28th. Let's take a look at this clip really quickly.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party. Now, that seems like a wild thing to say. Oh my God. Is this person...
Okay, chat. I know what I want to... Oh my God. I just had a flash of brilliance. This is what I want to reply.
What's the probability that the government wants to frame the Tate brothers? Probably 50%. The government frames people all the time. Like, if we've seen anything...
All right, so we're going to take that clip any second now. Anyway, who gives a fuck? We're just going to go back to this.
Calling for the death
God damn it.
of a
Mike,
U.S.
just download
senator?
this
Of
clip.
course
Okay.
not. I was not calling for the assassination of a U.S. senator. So I went back to figure out the context. Here it is. Let's take a look.
Are people who are covered by Medicaid now
Mike from
going to
Boomtown.
potentially
So true.
lose Medicaid coverage as a result of this?
No, look, the White House has made a commitment. The president said over and over and over, we're not going to touch Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. We've made the same commitment. Now, that said, what we are going to do is go into those programs and carve out the fraud, waste, and abuse and find efficiencies. Couple of examples. You know, there's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
That fraud is not coming from individuals. It's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he to this day is still known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history. They want to cut SNAP. They want to cut Medicaid. They want to cut the funding of Medicaid. They want to make it harder for people to receive Medicaid. They don't want to actually go after medical providers or the insurance companies or the nursing homes that are lining their pockets with major donations. Those are the people who actually engage in the fraud. It's not your uncle that's like lying about their condition and stealing money from the government by, you know, going to the doctor or whatever. Okay, so obviously I I shouldn't have used hyperbolic language, and there's definitely some ownership that I must take. Some apologies there. I should not have said Mike Johnson should kill Rick Scott. I should have simply said Mike Johnson should punish Rick Scott, perhaps with the, maximum punishment, whatever that would be, for defrauding Medicare and Medicaid for over $1.7 billion. Now, let's talk about the things that he did in this process, because Rick Scott co-founded the Columbia Hospital Corporation, which later merged to a corporation known as...
By the way, chat, my troll posts are just honestly getting more, and they're getting almost as much interact. Oh, I love this. I posted we run this world because I knew it's like the perfect 4-word sentence to piss off right-wingers. It's obviously not true. Like, we have no power whatsoever, but it is the funniest thing I could come up with in the moment.
Columbia/HCA, which eventually became the nation's largest for-profit healthcare company. Rick Scott, who of course also looks like Voldemort, did a lot of things. The company defrauded Medicare, Medicaid, and other federal programs. The U.S. Department of Justice won 14 felony convictions against the company, which was fined $1.7 billion in what was at the time the largest healthcare fraud settlement in United States history.
Now, by the way, chat, like, do you think Asmongold cares about that? Asmongold cares about nothing. You have to understand something. Asmongold doesn't even care that Hassan said what he said. It's just about posturing for attention. This is the thing that's so annoying, is that none of these guys care about any of this shit. Honest to God, don't even know what motivates him to talk about this stuff. I mean, I guess more attention. It's easy attention. He has a large audience. He sits at the top of the algorithm. I mean, it does say something really interesting around conservatism, that Asmongold is their avatar, right? Like, Hassan is the avatar of the left, and Asmongold is the avatar of the right wing. Like, isn't that incredible? Like, isn't that fucking incredible? Filthy Roach Man versus Adonis with lots of friends. It's crazy.
HCA was defrauding the government.
HCA admitted to things like submitting inflated bills and exaggerating diagnoses to increase Medicare reimbursements.
According to federal investigators, the hospital company systematically defrauded Medicare, Medicaid, and other federal healthcare programs while paying kickbacks to its physicians. Scott, of course, denied any wrongdoing.
Scott pled the fifth 75 times to avoid jail for Medicare fraud.
He didn't go to jail over this. He didn't even get any punishments over this. And Scott's resignation certainly was fantastic. For his pockets, he walked away with $10 million in severance pay, a 5-year consulting contract, and $300 million in stock and options. He is now the wealthiest member of the United States Senate. Rick Scott also in the past apologized, took ownership seemingly over his actions, but since then, in his endless interest in gutting all of these social safety nets so the American poor suffer more, Rick Scott has actually seemingly turned around and thinks that this was political prosecution, pure political prosecution against him.
No, I'm fed up. I watched what happened to me and my company. I've watched what's happened. I've talked to business people over the years, what's happened to them when you have political persecution.
What I was simply trying to say is, Republicans don't care about the actual fraud that takes place in terms of government entitlements programs, in terms of government expenditure, because if they did, they obviously would punish Rick Scott. Rick Scott would not be a prominent fixture of the Republican Party. Rick Scott, who was elected as the governor of Florida after he committed the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history at the time.
$73 million. That's the amount that we know about so far that Scott and the Republican Party spent on TV advertising.
Rick Scott, who then went on to become the Florida senator.
On Sunday, a manual recount confirmed Republican Governor Rick...
So many haters in here right now. Are there? I don't even notice. Are there haters in here? I don't even notice. Like, legitimately. Are there?
Scott's victory over the incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson.
Once again, after doing insane amounts of Medicare fraud.
Elon Musk posted on X his support for Florida Senator Rick Scott for Senate Majority Leader.
This was simply the point. But of course, Republicans want to avoid this point. Asmongold.
Why does it take Hassan being banned for Austinox to do something? Because Austinox is his own person and his own creative person, and he's working on stuff that he wants to work on. That's why.
For those of you who don't know, is a right-wing political commentator.
The writer saying that the unbanning proves that Xi has the Twitch's CEO's number saved in his contacts. I wish Xi cared about us. I wish he did. I'm doing this for free. But maybe he, they're smart enough to understand, I'm not Tim Pool. I'm not being paid millions of dollars to, advocate for Russia, right? I just look at China and go, wow, they've built 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail in 20 years. They have built like 40 metro stations, metro systems that are bigger than the New York City subway system. Wow, they have raised 700, 800 million people out of poverty. Wow, they're building more solar and renewable energy than every other country on the nation and every other country on the world combined, That's all I look at. I read Xi Jinping thought and say, that kind of makes sense to me. Seems like a reasonable, pragmatic, and moderate approach to politics. It's not, that's about it.
He does have some centrist opinions every now and then. I believe he himself actually is a big advocate for healthcare.
Honestly, Xi Jinping is the only real moderate in the entire world. Like, let's be honest. He's the only real moderate. Every other moderate is fake. And what I mean by that is he just does stuff that seems like it makes sense. He says, okay, what should we do from right now to accomplish this goal? And then they do it. I mean, it's pretty moderate. I would probably say he's too moderate. James Wade showed his local subway station in Beijing. He's doxing himself.
So this is the new line 12. You can see we got some birds and brand new.
Wow.
Well lit. So this is completely empty, beautiful. We got safety, no smoking station. What a time to be alive, huh? So
he says the cool thing about China is they plan for the future. Here you can see that the subway doesn't operate at max capacity. They can add more cars later if ridership increases.
Anticipating adding more cars to the train. So right now you have this built station, but you see that the doors are all blocked. And this sign probably says they're closed. But if I go down here, I can catch the train. So
the next station is
Apparently you could just kind of like look at the driver
The next station is
after driving. I've never seen a train that new in my life. Jealous. Oh, by the way, chat. Wait, did I close it instead of like liking and retweeting? Okay. I'm retweeting James Wade's videos. James Wade, make better videos. James Wade, make better videos and make more videos. Hasanabi unbanned already. I know, it's amazing.
Likes Bernie Sanders, but spends most of his time simply sitting around and reacting to
I
Donald
don't think he likes Bernie Sanders. I don't think Asmongold is smart enough to really understand politics. And I mean that as a direct attack on his intelligence. Like, I legitimately don't think that he's smart enough to understand politics. Like, if we had a conversation and we sat down and he didn't have an iPad or he didn't have a monitor to like Google on the other screen, or he didn't have ChatGPT, I don't think he could have a conversation with me about politics. And I don't mean that as like I would destroy him, just like kind of like basic ideas about like how the systems function, what the various alliances are in the world, like world history. Like, I think he might know World War II stuff because, like, I think Asmongold is smarter than, say, like, Tectone, right? Like, he might know about the European theater of World War II, right? Like, he might know about that. But as far as, like, other history, I don't think he would know much. Maybe I'm wrong. Please explain to Governor Trudeau of Canada that when he puts on a retaliatory tariff on the U.S., our reciprocal tariff will immediately increase by a like amount. So Trump is threatening to raise tariffs to 50% on Canada now? He's going to 50% on Canada now? Is that what he's saying? Or does he not know what reciprocal amount means? Or reciprocal tariff means? Oh, I love pissing off. I love pissing off right-wingers. I love them. I love pissing them off. They're so funny. The best part about right-wingers is they have absolutely no smoke. They have absolutely no smoke. The only people that have less smoke than right-wingers are Ethan Klein fans.
Trump. He is now officially, by my estimations, a larger right-wing political commentator than even the likes of Ben Shapiro. Very successful in this field. His videos reacting to Donald Trump get millions of views, more so.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I do think that if Bernie Sanders had won, Asmongold's brain would be better. Because he would have gotten like the mental health treatment he needs. And it would have just been more popular to be left wing as young men in general. And I think like because of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, it has become unpopular to be left wing among a lot of young men. Because Bernie Sanders was kind of like the left wing young man's guy and he got fucking owned. And Americans just don't like losers. And Bernie Sanders lost.
Than the Daily Wire could ever dream of. Asmongold also is the largest political content creator on Twitch in general. He's the largest political streamer now. He's double my size. He's always been double my size, but he's now double my size when it comes to political commentary as well. So let's see what the largest free speech defender had to say. He actually voluntarily brings this up in a YouTube video called "What the Fuck is Twitch Doing?" The YouTube video is from 2 days ago with 1 million views. The first 13 minutes of it is just reacting to the latest Ethan Klein video, who is falsely smearing me as someone who doesn't care about Israeli civilians or whatever, which is obviously incorrect, but we'll get to that perhaps down the line. He packaged that up with the Libs of TikTok video to call for my banning.
Let me see if I can find it here. Like I do, as I said, I do try to maintain a degree of neutrality with a lot of this stuff. And I try not to go too like super hard on it. I'll link you guys the video real quick before I get into it. And
he's linking the Ethan Klein video to his audience because, you know, to show support.
Yeah, there's the video. It's the Ethan video.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologia for certain regimes of the past. You know, Ethan.
Oh my God, the anger. Oh man, the anger, chat. All right, I was trying to look up a right winger who was complaining, but he said he lost his check mark for supporting Trump, and I wanted to look up his Twitch account, but I couldn't find it because I wanted to make fun of it. But he did everything right, and he was acquitted. He did everything right. And he was acquitted.
Who really cares about anti-Semitism, of course. That's why he...
Do parents know their children are casually watching neo-Nazis online? I doubt it.
Constantly comes after me, someone he knows has a long track record, alongside him at times, attacking anti-Semites and explaining to people what famous dog whistles are and things of that nature. But that'll be for a different day.
People are so ideologically captured, it's sad. I think a lot of people are. I saw this the other day, actually this morning. Where is it here? Here we go.
Dan can't tweet. Dan can't stream.
Dan Clancy.
Asmongold is such a fucking coward, dude. Like, legitimately a bitch. Dan can't stream. That's your source guy. Diddy Dan. Give me a fucking break, man.
Time to wish us on another happy birthday song, you hack fuck. Anyone else will get permabanned on Twitch for this. This is beyond the pale. This is enticing your audience to kill a sitting senator. Don't people go to jail for this? This is not me enticing my audience to kill a sitting U.S. senator. That is ridiculous. Everybody knows that that is ridiculous. The people that are complaining about this know that that is ridiculous. But I'm glad that I was able to show you the context, the full context of what I was talking about. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
I'm just mad that I wasn't able to milk it more. You know, Chad? I was milking the shit out of it. This guy gets banned for one fucking day. I barely can milk. It's some bullshit. Like, I milked the fuck out of it yesterday, dude. Like, look at this shit. Look at these milks. I did a 9-hour stream. At 5,256 average viewers. We had 71, 79 max viewers. 56,000 uniques. We had 4,805 unique chatters. That's crazy. And we had 149,555 live views. And almost 1,000 new followers. Twitch was like, oh shit. They saw my stream was like communist propaganda. They were like, unban Hasan, unban Hasan, unban Hasan. Oh God, unban Hasan. And 856 new subscriptions. Oh my God. Woo! Hey! Cha-ching, baby! That's some champagne crazy. Socialism right there.
That is nuts. And I've said before, there's a statute of limitations, but apparently this was yesterday. Yeah, this happened yesterday.
What does he think a threat is? Like, why do these fuckers who never finished school think they understand the criminal law? Saying if you cared about Medicare fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is not saying everybody should go out and kill Rick Scott. It's not saying I'm going to kill Rick Scott. Those are completely different sentences. Why do they, like, what? Don't you get embarrassed from being this stupid?
Then. Oh my God. How's that not against the TOS? It is. And it is an open call to violence.
No, it's not. Asmongold is so butthurt he got 2-week ban for saying that Arabs are an inferior culture who should be genocided, or he wouldn't care if they are genocided. That he's now, and by the way, his entire career of, I'm going to enforce the TOS. Shut the fuck up. I honestly think we should start making fun of people for complaining about this shit. Oh, you were mean to a politician. Oh, you were mean to a politician. Shut your fucking mouth, you bitch-ass loser. Oh, no, she broke the TOS. There was too much cleavage. You're an adult man. Shut up.
And I would challenge anybody who thinks that it's not an open call to violence to say that exact thing about Donald Trump, and then tell me if Secret Service
Did Donald Trump commit massive amounts of Medicare fraud? And it's different. You're not allowed to say. I mean, I'll explain it to you, chat. Like, Asmongold is dumb.
Hi, I'm Trevor Moore. Did you know that it's illegal to say I want to kill the President of the United States of America? It's illegal. It's a federal offense. It's one of the only sentences that you're not allowed to say. Now, it was okay for me to say it right then because I was just telling you that it's illegal to say I want to kill the President of the United States of America. I'm not actually saying it. I'm just letting you know that it's illegal to say that. It's kind of like a public service. I'm letting you know so that you don't accidentally go out and say something like that. But what's interesting is that it's very illegal to say, I really, really think someone out there should kill the President of the United States of America. That's illegal. Extremely illegal. Very, very illegal. But not illegal.
By the way, Chad, that would qualify as an incitement to violence. That would qualify as an incitement to violence. If you said that. And that would get you in trouble. And that, rightfully, that would get you in trouble. But that's not what Hassan said. Hassan was saying Mike Johnson would do this if he cared. This is not saying you should do it. Like, I mean, do we even have to explain this? And yeah, is it an edgy way of phrasing it? Is it hyperbolic? Yes. Welcome to rhetoric. Does Asmongold really want to say we can't use hyperbolic language? Is that really what he's trying to do? Is that his fantasy world? That's the language. That's the world he wants to live in.
Legal to say with a mortar launcher. Because that's its own sentence. It's an incomplete sentence, but it may have nothing to do with the sentence before that. So that's perfectly fine, perfectly legal. I also found out that it's incredibly illegal, extremely illegal, to go on television and say something like the best place to fire a mortar launcher at the White House would be from the roof of the Rockefeller Hewitt building because of minimal security and you'd have a clear line of sight to the president's bedroom. Insanely illegal. Ridiculously, recklessly, insanely illegal. Yet even more illegal to show an illustrated diagram. Insanely illegal, ridiculously, horribly felonious, because they will come to your house in the middle of the night and they will lock you up. Extremely against the law. One thing that is technically legal to say is that we have a group that meets Fridays at midnight under the Brooklyn Bridge, and the password is 6 Semper Tyrannis.
Whitest Kids You Know, classic show, chat. Classic comedy show.
Goes up at your house or not. Really? It's very obviously a call to violence. And Twitch doesn't do anything? Well, I don't know if they've really seen it or anybody's reported it or anything like that.
I think Asmongold is covering this because he wants Twitch to see it. He's done this a couple times in the past.
This is what Asmongold is Destiny's sock puppet. Like, you know what I mean? Mike, if I fart a bag and send it to you, will you open it and smell it? Next time I see you, I'm going to literally fart in your face. I'm going to literally fart in your face. I'm going to make your fucking mustache hairs blow back with how hard I'm going to fart in your face. Fucking Nandre. You're going to taste what I ate the day before. You're going to be like, oh, wow, you had corn cheese at Quarters. Delightful. Kimchi fried rice. You're a nasty mother. Andre came in here with farting in a bag bullshit. I'm just dropping the nuke. I Zarbamba people here. Hints of honeydew. Oh, by the way, Nandre, I finally started watching Severance. I think we're on like episode 4 or 5, me and Vio. This would be Nandre's response.
So in tasting, what we do is take a small amount right off the top. It doesn't take much. That's the warmest part right here. I'm going to invert the spoon. Cover all 9,000 taste bud. Aerate it. Warm it up. Driving up that top milk, that cream, pure vanilla, sweeteners. That's a 10.
Honestly, like I'm gonna eat ice cream like this from now on. I'm gonna do that. Anytime I eat ice cream, I'm doing this from now on. Like a life change has been achieved. So Nandre, don't you think that the worst part of the Hassan Unbanned is the fact that I only got to milk it for 2 streams? Like, isn't that bullshit? I could have milked the fucking shit. I didn't even get one. That's because you don't stream enough. Stream more, Nandre. The moment Hassan was banned, I was like, Hasanabi banned, refugees in. The moment I heard, I was like, oh no, he's getting banned. Type. And I was right in the replies, glazing, right off the bat. I was driving cross country. Oh no, are you going towards LA or towards somewhere else? Don't worry, I'm sure Asmongold will brigade Twitch again. They don't care. They literally don't care. Flaky and I have landed a... Chat, I want you to know that Nandre's significant other is so much cooler than Nandre. Nandre's significant other is a Mike fan. And like, that tells you right off the bat, she's cool as hell. She's cool as hell. Nandre is a Mike hater. Nah, I think Nandre's pretty ambivalent. He's a Mike ambivalent person, you know? He's like, yeah, I could take him or leave him. She watches for the ads and VO raids. I don't even run ads. Flaky enjoyers in. So true. I'm a Mike fan, so I'm cool. Yes. I'm excited. Nandre. That's cool. We should go out and get some dinner sometime soon. All right, let's keep going. I'm an independent and I'm bringing back being an independent. I was actually registered as an independent for the 2024 election. And then I switched back just so I could vote. So I could vote in primaries. But I was an independent. I deregistered as a Democrat because I hated Kamala Harris so much. Yeah, but I'm making it fashionable. Have you seen my shirt? This is fashion. I'm fashion forward. Like, look at this shirt. You can't buy this off the rack at your local Marshalls. Wait, you probably can. This is probably something I got at Marshall. So Trump is all your fault. When I went on Hassan's stream, I was like, I voted PSL, fuck Kamala, in front of all the libs. And they lost their shit. And I don't regret it. I'd do it again.
Last couple of weeks, I understand. We are ideologically butting heads on Twitch. Asmongold and I disagree vehemently.
I don't think Asmongold is ideological. I think Asmongold is your standard populist fascist dope. I don't think ideology even enters into what he's talking about. I don't think he thinks about politics in that way. I think that Asmongold looks at politics as a source of money and power. And that's fundamentally what a fascist is. A fascist just looks at politics as a way to get shit. And he doesn't care about anything else but that. And he'll use whatever manipulative tactic he can to get shit. And like, ultimately, politics is about getting shit. It is really about that. But I mean by himself and personally for himself. It's not about anything greater than that. Whereas I want to get shit for working class people and the people that actually produce the value of our society. He wants to get shit for himself. He just wants attention. Asmongold is a really interesting character. I think that his brain should be, and his psychology should be studied. I think there's a lot that could be learned from Asmongold. Like, I legitimately think Asmongold is a creature that we should study.
A lot of issues, all the way from the history of Nazi Germany down to the fact that immigrants are not actually contributing to the American crime rates in the way that the Republican administration presents it. They're not destroying our culture in the way that Asmongold approaches the subject matter. There's plenty of disagreements there. And I think that he's doing this deliberately, I will say, in an effort to, you know, shit stir a little bit and try to get me banned, which worked.
The clip's too short. Maybe it's out of context. I hope so. I definitely do. Hopefully it's out of context. How are you gonna?
He doesn't give a shit. Go look at the VOD, you lazy sack of fucking shit.
Now,
what a lazy asshole. Go look at the VOD. You're a Twitch streamer. Go to Hassan's page. Go to the VOD. Ask the 40,000 people to give you a clip of the VOD and go watch the entire clip, you lazy ass sack of shit.
Once he said this, does Asmongold go back and seek out the context? No, he doesn't. Instead, he follows through, basically packaging this as a Hassan is a radical who must be banned. It's a joke, Lamau, he responds to.
Would you tell that joke about Donald Trump?
I think people would tell way crazier jokes about Donald Trump. And people have told way crazier jokes about Donald Trump.
What the fuck is he trying to say here? First of all, I hate Donald Trump, but he never stole $1.5 billion from Medicare. All right, like, he is a scumbag, but he never stole $1.5 billion from Medicare and scammed a bunch of... Now, he's probably going to do worse. 1.7, excuse me. So it's not even relevant to what we're talking about.
My statement was hyperbolic. That much is obviously clear. But the intention of it was not a call to violence directly against a sitting senator, but instead was to show the hypocrisy of the Republican Party in terms of how little they truly care about Medicare and Medicaid fraud, because that happens at the point of the provider and not necessarily in the point of the recipients. They want to cut Medicare and Medicaid for the recipients to the tune of $800 billion. And in order to justify that, they will do everything in their power to lie and claim that it's actually your grandparents that are stealing from Medicare and not people like Rick Scott. Because people like Rick Scott either fund the Republican Party and oftentimes the Democratic Party as well, or they sometimes run for office as Republicans.
Rick Scott has won re-election to the United States Senate. Here are the numbers.
That's the point. Now, should the likes of Asmongold seek out further context? I think yes. I think when you have millions of people watching your videos, it would be nice to at least inform them of what the true context is. And now that this context exists, will Asmongold watch this video? Will he go back and say, hey, my bad? Maybe. I'll be honest. Perhaps he will do that. We shall see.
Donald Trump didn't commit Medicare fraud, but yes, if he did, then yes. Okay, so then no.
He then follows up with another tweet of mine. This isn't Hassan's only first foray into political violence. This was the weapon used to assassinate Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Archive link and reply to his now deleted post. Well, I didn't delete it. Twitter.
This has to be the greatest scheme of all time. Asmongold and Hasanabi have effectively monetized people screaming at their computer screens. I think the difference is you compare Asmongold and Hassan as equivalents, and they're not. Asmongold is not a politically educated person, and he's not involved in politics beyond reacting to videos. Okay. Hassan and myself are educated, have been involved directly with various groups and politicians for a better part of a decade. And we have relationships with politicians and journalists and movements. That's the difference between me and Asmongold, okay? And Hassan and Asmongold. You're creating a false equivalence between the two. Yes, he talks about politics. And that's, guess what? It's a free fucking country. If he wants to talk about politics, he gets to talk about politics. But equating them because they are both streamers that talk about politics and then ending the inquiry there is laziness on your part. And yeah, I mean, like, I'll give you an example that maybe you can understand. Maybe it's a boomer example, but one of the most important political commentators in American history was a fat, bulbous opioid addict by the name... Oh, fuck. What is his name? I've forgotten his name. Oh, my God. I can see his fat face dying of his opioid and going blind or deaf from his opioids. Rush Limbaugh. Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe I forgot his name. Rush Limbaugh. And he was just a fucking fat sack of shit who would do a 3-hour radio show Monday to Friday. Rest in piss. But he was incredibly influential. A lot of people listened to him and then listened to his takes and then voted the way that he directed them to vote. That is how politics works. You have voices that people listen to. And this is the new format that Zoomers and millennials and most people are shifting to. Political or other streams. So everybody who whines and complains about, you know, people talking about politics on stream, shut your fucking mouth, you loser fuck. Go talk about your anime or whatever the fuck you do. Go complain that there's a black samurai or whatever the fuck you do. Go change the goddamn channel. You don't like it? Change the fucking channel.
Forced me to delete this.
But I'll tell you this, it's not the first time. This is the second time. No joke. Yes, neither of these, by the way, have resulted in any sort of action from Twitch at all. Your Reddit advocated for killing too. Sorry for spam. Yeah, but here's the difference, right? When did my Reddit advocate for killing people? When did this happen? And also, when did I advocate for it?
He also then, to further push the narrative that I am a radical, a scary radical who advocates for violence, he shows this tweet briefly, my old tweet that Twitter actually forced me to ban, which is a tweet where I quote retweeted sitting U.S. Senator Tom Cotton, who was advocating to kill peaceful pro-Palestinian demonstrators all the way from April 16th, 2024, almost an entire year ago, where I famously quote retweeted the doohickey, or I guess a meme of a doohickey that was responsible for the assassination of Shinzo Abe. Now, of course, this wasn't serious. I fib. I did this in response to a sitting U.S. senator who had previously in the New York Times written about executing Black Lives Matter protesters by using the military. And this time around, April 15th, was encouraging people. I'm going to read you his words. Senator Tom Cotton said this: I encourage people who get stuck behind the pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic. Take matters into your own hands to get them out of the way. It's time to put an end to this nonsense.
Did you guys see that really hilarious tweet with Kaya? Can someone link it to me? The hater tweet. It was my favorite reaction. Can you guys link me that? I want to show it. I can't find it. I'm not really looking either, but I've got 6,000 of you. So you, what of you fuckers can do my work for me? Hurry up. Hurry the fuck up. Why are you linking Discord links? Are you fucking insane?
Holy shit, finally, Hassan Piker banned on Twitch. Let's go. Now he'll finally have to go outside. Anyways, permaban, please, permaban. Holy shit, finally, Hassan Piker banned on Twitch. Let's go. Now he'll finally have to go outside. Anyways, permaban, please, permaban.
She's so cute. I'm a Kaya fan. I'm such a Kaya fan. I'm such a dog guy. I'm such a 40-year-old man. I'm such a dog guy. This is me.
The hell is that?
The cat.
Shut up. We are not keeping him.
Can you come here for a second?
You stay right here. What's going on with the dog?
We're not returning the dog. That's that.
We're keeping the dog, but there's going to be some ground rules. He is your dog. You feed him. You walk him. He humps your pillow, not mine. I want this dog potty trained by the time I get back from the hardware store. What he does to the carpet, I'm doing to your PS5. Come here, Hank. What? You named him Hank? You're supposed to name him after something you like pickled eggs or Prilosec. We got a lot of good wood in this house. You know what these things do? They chew. Ow! God! Come here. All right, see, you got some treats. Sit. There you go. Shake. Good. And you look me in the eyes when you shake. He makes better eye contact than you. Oh, I know you're not sitting on that couch. That's what I thought. Paws off. Do I need to put this in language you'll understand? That's what I thought. You come at the king, you best not miss. You gotta be kidding me. I specifically remember saying, we got a lot of good wood in this house and he is not to chew. Don't you dare give me that look.
Dad, he didn't mean it.
25 teeth mark in this. I think he meant it. I'm not Sarah McLachlan, pal. It's gonna take a lot more than $2 a day to save your sorry ass. He is gone. Ow, I love you, Hanky. Oh, you're such a good dog. Come here, buddy. You are the son I never had. Yeah. Oh, you're still here? Hey, go take the garbage out, for God's sakes.
Sag. Did you see the Zoran Romeo? What?
This Tuesday marks a new stage in the campaign, petitioning. That's when each mayoral campaign has to collect 3,750 signatures over a month to get their candidate's name on the ballot. But we don't just want to be on the ballot. We want to win this race.
In my room somehow.
That's why we're setting ourselves a goal of 10,000 signatures in 6 days. So that starts on Tuesday and continues every single day after that. But we need your help and Thelma's to actually hit that number.
Thelma?
So please head to ZahranforNYC.com/events and sign up for a canvas.
Everybody who likes black dogs is in my camp. By the way, do you see the lab like patience is totally look at her paw. She wants to run so bad, but she's being so good. Look at this.
So that starts on Tuesday and continues every single day
see
after
it
that.
wobbling?
But we need your help and Thelma's to actually
She's
hit that
ready
number.
to go.
So please head to ZahranforNYC.com/events and sign up for a canvas.
She's ready to go. She's cute. Thank you. Why does this guy have the exact same speech intonation as Mark Zuckerberg? I actually really like Zoran. Oh, by the way, chat, look at this. We're on board, baby. We're on board. I need to send him a message. We need to do like a fundraiser for him in LA. We should do a fundraiser for him in LA. My first ever dog was a flat coat retriever named Moose. He was such a good boy. Yeah. I'm a very I like medium-sized dogs and larger. I like working dogs. You know, high intellect dogs. The ones that you could see like having the ones that have opinions on things. You know what I mean? Mike, did you see this post? Under President @Real Donald Trump, colleges and universities will be held accountable. Anti-Semitism and anti-Israel hate will not be tolerated on American campuses. Promises made, promises kept. I honestly hate these fuckers so fucking much. I don't even know what to say. I hate them so fucking much. You have no idea. Like, a lot of the times I like hold my tongue about Republicans because what Hassan said about Tom Cotton or Rick Scott is it's cotton candy compared to what I think about these fucking people. They're scum. They're fucking scum. What do you think about people who give pets silly names? I think that any type of name of a dog is legitimate. I like person names for my dogs, but if you want to call your dog Mustard, go for it. Mike, I don't hate cats. I respect cats. And that's what they want. That's what they want. That's why cats like the people that respect them. So if you like cats, the best thing you could do is just be like aloof. And let them come to you when they're ready. And then they'll be your friend. If you go to them, they're going to be like, whoa, this person's a bit much. And they're going to be like, fuck this guy. And they're going to leave. If you just chill and you respect them, they will be like, oh, this guy's cool. And they'll come over and check you out. So I respect cats because that's what they want. He did everything right and he was acquitted. People are so mad. People are the best thing I can do, and I mean this, and I just want to thank Ethan Klein and I want to thank Asmongold for basically making me one of the biggest streamers in the world. I want to thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, like, I get more viewers than people with millions of subscribers. Thank you for making my like 90,000 viewers the most loyal viewers on the entire website. It's so awesome. And the thing is, like, people have to seek me out to find me. I don't get the big raids because of the time of day I stream in. Not a lot of people are like ending their stream at the time that I am streaming. I streamed intentionally to try to figure out what was the place where there was the most demand for more streaming, especially in my category. Other people have copied me because they realized how right I was, and they've built really good careers just by copying me, which is fine. Like, I actually encourage it. I want 1,000 flowers to bloom. I want people that have a slightly different vibe than me streaming. I like having people that are different personalities than me and have different perspectives and insights streaming. I like that. It's not that big a deal. The bigger the leftist space is, the better. I used to like you that I didn't like you, but now I've come crawling back because you're the only one who's been right about everything. Why didn't you like me? What did I do that made you mad? I found you via the suggested content tab on the Twitch front page, believe it or not. I moved from the West Coast to the East Coast and I needed a morning stream to watch. LOL. Yes. And by the way, like, I would say this. I don't know this for a fact, but I will say that I feel like Twitch as a platform has become more like at least neutral toward me than they were before. I think before they were more skeptical of me and they were worried about me as a streamer on the platform. They thought of me as a risk. But because of the way that people have attacked Twitch, they've kind of like radicalized against those people. And so that made them like me more. You know what I mean? Sort of like a friend, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Like, I think they kind of like went more neutral toward me. They still think of me as like a risky streamer or whatever, but I think they're more neutral toward me because the people that have attacked Twitch hate me. So they're like, you know, they're kind of like more. It's really backfired, is what I'm saying. I just found you 20 minutes ago because Assad isn't live. Yeah, hell yeah, brother. That's the plan. Excuse me. Sorry.
This was, of course, a direct call to violence from a sitting senator, a direct call to violence against peaceful protesters engaging in an act of civil disobedience.
If something like this happened in Arkansas on a bridge there, let's just say I think there'd be a lot of very wet criminals that have been tossed overboard, not by law enforcement, but by the people whose road they're blocking.
I have 90K unique. So I have like probably like 20 or 30K.
There's something really disgusting happening right now. On the Snark subreddit, the top post right now is dedicated.
Oh, we're the North Star. Like, so many people are blowing up because of Ethan Klein. North Star Radio, Matt Empanada, Denims, myself, Sean DeBlack, Gremlo. I mean, Vio is seeing an increase. Like, all the people who are just like, yeah, we're not scared of you. They're just blowing the fuck up. The Do Not Worry podcast. Like, no, like everyone is blowing the fuck up. Like, it's not working at all. It's crazy. How many careers he's making. Polly Market is now replying to Hassan. Hasanabi unbanned from Twitch by Thursday. Oh, I could have made so much money. Sweet Chariot, 3.4K, yes. Not happening. Last ban was 7 days. Oh man, Polymarket, that's good advertising, honestly. Really good advertising.
Holy shit, finally Hassan Piker banned on Twitch. Let's go. Now he'll finally have to go outside. Anyways, permaban, please, permaban. Holy shit.
They picked the perfect Kaya voice.
Doubled down on it and said, we do things differently around these parts. I mean, he's advocating for a direct call for violence. I jokingly quote retweeted that statement with
post the view count of Hassan's YouTube video and H3's most recent podcast episode. Okay, I'm going to ban you if this isn't interesting. I'm legitimately going to ban you if this isn't interesting. So this better be fucking interesting. Okay. Is this the one Hassan got banned? Atomic Hot Wings? Is that it? Young Roll with the risky, but he's safe. Young Roll. Hassan got 706,000 views on his canceled video, which is double the views, excuse me, of the last H3 podcast. They're at 345,000 views. The harassment campaign video. Oh, no. Am I the a-hole? I can't handle this anymore. One of the things that's really interesting is they talk about me a lot, but they don't put me in the thumbnail. I'm so offended. EO made me cheese. What's it called? It's like cooked cheese, Brazilian style, with honey. Wow, that's really gonna make me fat. But thank you. Thank you, VO. Anyways, keep going.
The doohickey. But of course, that was apparently a bridge too
I
far
almost
as well.
cried. Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna ban you. I was just kidding.
Well, for Asmongold, I'm sorry. I've offended Asmongold's sensibilities. Of course, no comments on Tom Cotton, a sitting U.S. senator, actively urging his constituents to go out and kill peaceful demonstrators who are, dare I say, peacefully demonstrating against a genocide. Well, make no mistake, it's most likely that Asmongold is simply responding to the things that he sees in his chat. Having said that, I wanted you guys to see the full context of the story. I was obviously not asking for people to kill Rick Scott. I think that would be ridiculous. I think that justice should be served, however, and justice has not been served against Rick Scott in this case. Justice rarely ever gets served against rich people who exploit others, against rich people who defraud the federal government.
Is good. Damn,
you
Vito.
got a $10 million care package with $300 million in stock options for defrauding poor people that absolutely need this medical care. And then Republicans will turn around and act like the real fraud is happening at the point of the recipients and not the point of the providers.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid just in fraud alone. No one's for that. We've got to make sure we eliminate it. We have the algorithms now to do that. We have advanced technology to find it.
Thank God for Speaker Johnson.
That is my anger. That is my
Okay, I gotta do more direct-to-cam YouTube videos. God damn, dude. Fully monetized. 22% click-through rate. 22.2. What the fuck? That's insane. Average view duration 8 minutes. Bro is cooking.
My frustration. And every single person, not Asmongold, but every single Republican operative online, from Tim Pool to Libs of TikTok to many others, know that that is the reality. But they also want you to be distracted. They don't want you to realize that this is what the Republicans are doing. So I urge all liberals, progressives, or even people who are worried about their grandparents or their parents losing their health care, people who might be worried about their children no longer being able to receive Medicaid, to focus on who the vectors of harm truly are, what they're actually doing, instead of constantly engaging in petty squabbles. I shouldn't have used the term kill. I should have used either the term capital punishment or just punishment in general. But once again, I've let you down. I've used...
Just say he should go to prison. Just say he should go to prison. Like, what are you doing, man?
Hyperbolic language, and that hyperbolic language has brought trouble my way. As one of the largest progressive, leftist, political content creators online in what feels like is a sea of reactionary sentiment, I am promising you that I will try to use more deliberate and more careful language going forward. Having said that, of course, in an 8 to 10 hour broadcast, when I'm constantly in a contentious battle with members of the chat, because there's always free flow conversation and a lot of back and forth going on in the community, there will probably be some moments that are clippable, but I will try to minimize them to the best of my ability. On that note, I love you all, and I will see you when I'm unbanned.
Which I guess is today. Raising 800K from about 1,500 donors from 26,000 live viewers is an insane click-through rate that advertisers, organizers would kill for. Yeah. Yeah. He's one of the most... That's the thing about us. Like, I would say that Hassan and I are the least botted streamers on the entire website. Like, if you actually go and watch our streams, you see a lot of active chat. You know, people are constantly clicking through to what we recommend. They're subscribing, they're donating. And there are a lot of other streamers who have the deadest fucking chats I've ever seen. And it's a little bit crazy.
So what's your take?
I think if you pay rent, you should own a little bit of that property.
100% agree.
Because if I'm helping you pay your mortgage, then what, at the end of the lease, I gotta go? I gotta leave, and then you get your mortgage paid?
Well, here's what I will say. When you pay rent, you pay for a roof over your head.
But why does someone get to exploit my need for housing and get rich just because I don't?
I'm not pro landlord.
And people are gonna say like, oh, this guy's a loser. Why doesn't he buy his own house? Because I made bad decisions, but I was still working the whole time. I was still working myself to pay your mortgage.
And you don't own?
I do not own a house.
You rent?
I'll be renting probably for the rest of my life.
How much equity do you think you should get?
My wife and I rented this place from a couple, and I think after 2 years we paid like 80 grand, you know, in rent. So give me like 10% of that.
10%?
Give me 10% of the gross rent, so like, you know, $8,000. And then at the end of the lease, when you kick me out, which you inevitably will,
you get 10%
of the gross rent.
The gross rent is an investment.
Yeah.
So you own $8,000 worth of, let's say, $1 million place.
Yeah. If the place increases in value, then your share increases, or you can buy out my share.
This is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's like a co-op.
It's like a co-op.
I do like this idea. If you rent a place, you should own equity in the place.
And then when they go, hey, we're selling the building, get to leave, we go, no, we're selling the building. And also, since you own a piece of the property, you can come by and take a dump in the house if you need to, even after you're gone.
I'm not letting my investors take dumps in my house.
But if I have some equity in the...
By the way, chat, this is how it should just be, period. If you're renting out an apartment, you should own part of it. And you can set it up where everybody who currently lives in an apartment is a part owner of that apartment. And if they decide to leave that apartment, then they're no longer an owner of that apartment. You can do all sorts of programs like that. In fact, that's what they do in Austria. Okay, well, Hassan already unbanned.